Gemma Fordham, welcome to Survey 3. How's things?
Thank you, Blair. Very well, thanks. Yeah, good today.
Excellent. Look, Today FM, an increased 10 plus, but also across most day parts as well. Are you turning the corner with the brand?
It's those green shoots, they're coming through, aren't they? I know I've said this time and time again, but the thing is the consistency for us with the brand now, and it's about that slow growth. And I think that, we're seeing that now at the moment with such a huge QM gain for the station overall, and some, almost 20,000 new listeners going into breakfast. So it's certainly a step in the right direction. We have a long way to go, we all know that, but it is a step in the right direction. And, the thing is, with Today FM, it's such a unique situation, because we're in a battle where the audience, we've lost a lot of trust from the audience because it's our third show in a short space of time, which means we have to work particularly hard to gain that trust back. On top of that, we're in a market with, I would say 4 other heritage breakfast shows. So you have listeners that have been with the shows for a long time, so we have to work really hard to pull them away. And I think the station is in really good shape, and it's certainly in heading in the right direction, as I said. And I know that it's not a number that we should be shouting from the roof about, but it is a number that I'm proud of the team of. And I think the team has worked really hard here. Matt Anderson and Jace Allen, all the Brekkie producers, Kiri, who does the music with Hamish, they work so well together. And one of the things I'm really proud of with the team is that, I walk through the hallways here at Today FM, and it is full of life. There's lots of buzz. There's lots of energy. People are mucking around. They're playing on the PA system. Now, I know all of that sounds quite juvenile, and what does that have to do with the output of the station? I believe it has quite a lot to do with it, and I see a team that works so well together and are having fun, and they've kind of decided there's no barriers that they need to break through, and that they're just coming up with great ideas and being consistent in delivering them. So I'm really happy with the result today, and I think the team are very proud as well.
Rove and Sam must also be happy to see an increase in breakfast as well. They put a smile on their face this morning?
Yeah, I think the thing that I actually really like with Rove and Sam, I know that I can just read all the comments that people are going to write about this thing that I'm about to say, but the thing that I love is that they actually don't really pay a lot of attention to it. Okay. And I think it's for a number of reasons. Sam's very open in saying that she doesn't really understand it. It's all radio speak to her. She just says, she knows that she has a lot of work to do, and she continues to grow as a broadcaster, and, she does grow in confidence on air, and the content that she's batting up on air is certainly improving, but she doesn't pay a lot of attention to the numbers, and I think that's actually exactly where I want them to be at the moment. They have such a long road ahead of them that if every single survey I was getting really nitty-gritty with them, I think that would be a lot of... I think that would really knock them in terms of confidence, and that's not what I want to do with them. That's our job as programmers. It's their job to just keep doing good shit, really.
Yeah.
So, and that's exactly where I want them. Like, I went in this morning and I said, guys, well done, and they were just like any other day. They really were. They're like, oh, good, yeah, great, thanks. And they're like, oh, we've got to record the podcast now. Like, they're just not... It's just not the be-all and end-all for them, and I think they recognise, based on lots of discussions I've had with them, that this is a long game for them. This is something that is going to be a good 18-month journey, and I think that when we reach 18 months with the show, it'll be much closer to where we want it to be. And they recognise that, and I look, that yes, there's smiles on their faces, but they know that they've still got a lot of work to do, and they're up for the challenge, and I really commend them for that.
Ripper result for the Fox in Melbourne. Number 1, FM. Take that.
What a ripper, hey? I just sent them all an email actually saying go out and have a few vinos ASAP. So look, they've really, I believe, broken away from the rest of the pack, and that was something that's been a really conscious decision that they wanted to do. They worked exceptionally hard at it. AB, Adrian, who's the content director there along with Tim, they've worked very, very hard about getting the Fox to be, to continue as the market leader and get it to be the best that it possibly can be. And the result today really speaks to that. And for the group as a whole down there, it's obviously a great story for us in Melbourne. But certainly for the Fox to see, 116,000 people go into that station in the Cume is just massive, and that doesn't come easily. Anyone listening to this knows how much work goes into getting Cume like that. So that, along with the breakfast result, we've obviously got Fifi and Dave with Fev in the show now, and that result today does put them ahead of the other stations, and breaks them away from the pack, and that was always the goal. But also the Cume number for Fox, that is now the number one Cume breakfast show in Australia, more than any other show in Sydney, and the number one in Melbourne. So, what a stellar result! I just can't say enough good things about what work the team has done there, and I'm immensely proud of them for what they've done.
Brendan Favola obviously seems to be a good move for the Fox. What made you bring him into the picture?
That was AB. He needs to take all the credit for that. He came to me. We'd been talking about Fev, and we were talking about doing various segments with him, and we pretty quickly heard something special there. But not just something special, it was the right combo, and I think that's the thing, is that you've got to get the right combo. And look, when AB said, I really believe in this, I obviously supported him with that 100%, and the result today speaks for itself. The thing that I love about Fev, and I was saying this to Fev when I was down there the other week, is that he brings a level of spontaneity to the show, and that is also, he has an element actually that he and Sam Frost are very similar. I know that sounds very odd,
right.
But they are, because they both have that beauty of not being too overly censored or thinking before they speak. And I actually think that's quite appealing for an audience now. So when you partner him with, say, Fev and Dave, it is that magical component that ultimately brings something out of the speakers that is quite unique and really entertaining to listen to.
While Melbourne's up, Adelaide, both brands down there, Hit 107 and Triple M, are down a bit. You shed some younger end there, I noticed, for Hit 107. Did you expect that to come?
There is a bit of loss there in the younger end. I think the thing, and look, I'm certainly learning this with Adelaide, and as you know, I'm still relatively new to the role, is it is a market that seems to fluctuate a bit. I think for us, with the Hit side, we haven't had a content director there, and whilst the team has done a bloody great job in the resources they have had, the reality is that they really needed a CD in there who can actually make sure that they're being a leader and realising the potential of the station. And so Ryan Tothill's just started there on Monday. So he's fresh into the seat, and he's an Adelaide boy originally, obviously has fantastic experience, and I know that he's going to continue to lead the team there. So I think with the breakfast show and in general with the station, which is certainly something that I'm trying to remember, is where they've come from, because like 8 months ago, you had a show breakfast show that was on, say, a 5, and a station that was on around the same 5, 6, and now where they are is obviously they have come a long way. So it's about looking at it relatively to where they've come from, and obviously what we have planned for them in the next few months. So it's you can't win every market in every day part, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Adelaide is one that we're continuing to work on. So lots of promise there, and obviously a bit of work to be done yet.
Obviously, I lost a bit of momentum there as well with Hit 105 in Brisbane. 1824s also took a hit there too. Just a quirk this round?
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised by that one. It seems a little odd to me, but because it is such a massive number. But look, maybe I'll be proven wrong next book. I do think with Brisbane, they had such a sensational result last book that my gut feeling was that it was going to come back a little bit this book. So it didn't overly surprise me. I think one of the things we've had to deal with in Brisbane this last book is Osher, who is in the breakfast show with Stav and Abby, hasn't been able to be in the show every day. He's obviously got lots of filming commitments at the moment, and we support him with those filming commitments, but obviously it has had a little bit of disruption to the breakfast show, and I do think we're seeing a bit of an effect from that. Look, it's still double figures, the station overall. It has got a good story there, and I do think it's now about consistency, and there'll be no change of any strategy of any sort for Brizzy.
All right. And if we swing across to Perth, hit 92.9, a bit of a flat result overall, just looking through things there.
Just pretty much steady she goes there. Nothing huge to report. I think the guys are doing a really great job over there, and I know that they've got some big plans coming up. And I think, with the Cume's pretty much held the same, but with breakfast they've had a bit of a jump up in Cume. Obviously they've got a bit of a TSL thing to work on there, which I know Amanda and the team will be all over, but overall I think the station's in really good shape over there, and for us as a network over there as a whole, with the result with Mix and our result as well, has forced some of the results, to push the other stations. Certainly Nova's kept them, squeezed them out a bit, which is a good thing. So, I'm really happy with Perth, and I think that the team, like I said, have got some big plans there, and they're a bloody great bunch of people, and I think Heidi, Will and Woody are a really exceptional talent, and we continue to work with them, and I think that they'll continue to grow.
Gemma Fordham, thanks for the catch up.
Thank you very much, Blair.
radiotoday.com.au